Hey guys, Kevin here with Montagical Multimedia, and what I'm going to be showing you today in Photoshop is how to make someone look younger or how to remove wrinkles from a photo. And it's pretty easy, so just follow along and you should get it. Sorry if I'm a little quiet today because my recorder's being stupid and I don't know what's up with it, so I'm just going to try and talk kind of loud so you can all hear me and nobody complains in the comments. So, this is the picture we're going to be working with today. I will show you the thing we started with. This is the original picture, and this is after I edited it for like 5 minutes. I made sure to not edit the top part and this chin part because I just wanted to show you a comparison of what I worked with. I worked with the cheeks right here and the little wrinkles right here, so you can see there's definitely a big difference after I take away those effects. So this is really helpful in making someone look much younger, or just removing wrinkles from somebody if you have to. And we are just going to do that same picture. We're going to drag it in, and this is what we're going to be working with today. So this is a pretty big resolution picture. I got it off Google Images. It's kind of blurry though, so sorry about that. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with separate layers for each part of the face we do. So if we mess up one, we can just go back and not the whole thing will be, or the whole thing won't be ruined. So what I'm going to do first, before anything, is create a new layer, and I'm going to just rename it Cheeks and Eyes. And hopefully you can guess what we're going to be working with in that layer. We're going to be working with the cheeks and eyes. So now what we're going to do is select our clone stamp tool, or S on the keyboard, and make sure your opacity is set to 75 because we don't want to have it going all crazy on us with 100%, and make sure the align samples is checked and you have all layers selected. So that means we're going to be just taking samples from the background and this layer, as opposed to we would just be taking samples from this, which is nothing. So make sure that is selected. And now what we're going to do is hopefully you have some experience with the clone stamp tool. It's a really easy tool to use. You just hold down Alt if you're on a PC, and that's like, I forgot what it is for Apple, but like Command I think or something. Anyway, you hold down Alt and you select an area of the picture that you want to clone or copy, and that is just going to, it's just like the pen tool except you're taking samples from the area you selected with the Alt key. And it's really easy once you get used to it. And I'm just taking samples from a clean area of the skin where there aren't many wrinkles, and I'm just taking the samples from there and going over them with this tool. And it's really easy, and you might notice if you look really closely you'll be able to see that there are some tiny wrinkles even after you've done it, but that means you're doing it right because we set the opacity to 75 earlier, so don't worry about that. We're going to fix it up in later times. So just going to go over this really quickly. Obviously you should take some more time on yours. And you may notice that it is starting to look kind of artificial here, but don't worry about that because we're going to fix it up later. We're going to go over to the other cheek here and the other eye. Make sure to get the bags under the eyes. And if you're really talented you can get above the eye, but I'm not going to make too big of a deal about it right now. Make sure you try to keep a consistent skin tone, but if you can't, it's not the end of the world. But I'm just trying to do that. It kind of looks a little bit red, like her cheeks are red. But go over this deep wrinkle right there. And okay. Just go over these little areas here. And I'm going to make a new layer now. And this one we're going to be doing the chin, and we're just going to take samples from the places we've already gone over, which is, it's easy to just have a template just to do that with. So that's why I did the cheeks first, because they were the smoothest part of the face, I think. And we're just going to go over these cheeks, this chin really quickly. Make it look, make it look really smooth. That's what she said. Okay. Okay, that's good enough for right there. And then we're going to go over here, make a new layer, and we're going to name this one the forehead. And we're just going to go above the eyes here, and the forehead obviously, and just edit that. Now you don't want to make it like edit out the freckles right here. Just make sure you get it all set up. Don't want to make it look too artificial, because some things we can't fix with modern day technology. What am I saying? Of course we can. But that's something for a different day. Get that little, I don't even know what that was, maybe like a stray hair. Okay, just above the eyebrows here. And okay, so let's zoom out, see how that looks. That looks pretty good right now. Now if you did a really good job, you may even say that this is your finished product, but obviously I'm not going to. I'm going to show you guys how to get even more in detail. So we're going to go to our cheeks and eyes layer, the first one we started with, and we're going to lower the opacity to about 50, so some of that texture comes through, and you can see the big wrinkle is still there, even though you can tell, see, like, this is the image without the opacity lowered, and this is it with it. So it looks definitely looks better. So we're going to do that for all of our layers that we created. Just lower them down to 50%, and you can see that the skin is looking very, very, very more smooth. I don't even know if that's proper grammar, but I'm going to say it anyway. And yeah, so next what we're going to do is we are going to create a new layer, and we are going to go to our healing brush tool, and we're just going to make sure that this one's set to all layers again, and we're just going to take a sample here, and we're going, ooh, no, and we're going to do this. We're going to go over it, over those deeper wrinkles that we had taken earlier, and just go over them really carefully. Make sure you don't get any of the other stuff in there, like I just did. And just make sure it is good, like that. I don't know. I'm just riffing right here. Just improvise. And if you lower the opacity to about 70, 72 or something, you can still see some of those wrinkles, but they are definitely better looking, if you know what I mean. Oops. They are definitely smoother, and you can see some of the texture, but it's definitely better than it started out to be, or we started with, rather. So that's the healing brush tool, but I have a new thing to show you in CS5. I'm going to delete this layer. And if we create a new layer, and instead of going to the healing brush tool, we're going to go to the spot healing brush, which is easier if you don't really want to put that much effort into it. If you have CS5, Adobe CS5, you can select the Content Aware Fill option up here, and you can just go easily over the wrinkles, and it will fill it in of what it thinks it should look like, and it actually does a very good job of it. So I suggest you do that if you have CS5, but all the people with CS4, feel free to use the healing brush tool. This all should work on CS4, by the way. There's no reason it shouldn't, except the Content Aware Fill, obviously. And then if you lower the opacity to about 70, you see a little bit of the texture come through, and you can definitely tell that that is much better. So just a bit of finishing touches here. If you want to get these, I don't even know what they call these, like, I don't know, just the things at the side of the eyes really quickly. You don't want to make them go away too much, or it'll start to look fake. Oops. See, sometimes Content Aware doesn't do that good of a job, but most of the time it's there. So if you just spend a little bit of time on this, you can get someone looking very young, someone very old looking very young. So now this is our finished product, and if you can see, this is what we originally started with, and this is what we ended up with. So that is definitely an improvement, and she definitely looks much younger. So, thank you for watching. Subscribe and comment and all that jazz, and I hope you guys stay classy because I know I'm going to. Thank you.